Kia ora e te iwi, kia ora e te whānau. It's Tea and Taro with Mabes again here. This is this week's addition to the very basic and simple kōrero mō ngā kāri taro ko Rider-Waite Smith pack. So we're up to the cups, gentlemen and ladies, and bald-headed babies. So we'll start off. You know, we've talked about the cups. The cups are about emotion. The cups are about love. They're about practicing gratitude and bringing that all into your life. Reading different emotive environments. But, you know, knowing your own is really the journey of the tarot. So, let us begin. Let us begin with the aces. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. And according to one of my teachers, Renee Gee, the Cups time is all in months. So we just did the Wands, and the Wands time was all in days. Now we've got the cups in there, the months buzz. So these are your astrological signs for the cups. We've got Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and the cups are feminine. Okay, whereas the swords are going to be masculine, the cups are feminine. So yep, the cups are also ruled by water. So then you've got Cancer in there as well. And yeah, very watery. Super sensitive souls and most intuitive, creative, and empathetic people. These are the notes that I've got from one of my teachers. Alright, so the cups works well with the swords because, you know, the emotions and the cutting through of air. Sometimes swords really need, you know, a cups person to help them out and bring them back to par. For instance, an Arian and a Cancer. The cups will bring them back to par when they want to be very emotive and you know, like very loud and very, you know, volumified. Did I make up a word? Okay. Here we go. So the Ace of Cups, I want you to think of, you know, that great big cauldron dripping out with water. We've got water drops coming out of it. We have the beautiful dove coming into it with a round disc, and it's over the sea of emotion, and it's been extended out with a spiritual hand. Okay, so the cups generally mean everything like new beginning. This ace, going on a quest of the heart. What else have we got? Being grateful for your life and everything that's in it, and really just bringing in like a beautiful emotive, heartful seed that all creation needs. So the cup itself, on it is the letter M, and it's said to be the representing the letter for the word Mary, or in Kabbalistically Mem, or Hebrew meaning water. And then we have the dove coming down representing the Holy Spirit, and in the dove's mouth is a disc representing the food, the body of Christ. And so now we've got Spirit creating the Immaculate Conception, with the dove coming down and placing the body of Christ into the cup, which has got M on it. So that's one way of like interpreting and viewing this card, because of the Immaculate Conception, that miracles can happen, and that we are all capable of receiving miracles, of noticing these things in our lives when they happen, in any matters pertaining to our ngākau. Ka pai? Let's move on to 2. So the 2, one like in Roman numerals looks, like 2 columns. Balance comes to mind. Duo, duets, equality, strength, and just beautiful thoughts of, connecting to others. We have, 2 beautiful people coming together with 2 cups, and they want to combine those cups and unite and create a union of such that's been blessed by the presence of the Egyptian caduceus. That's the the rod with the snakes going through it, which also have connotations to the kundalini and growing that vibration and sending it up the life force, up the chakra, to be expelled through the crown chakra, and obtaining anything from the esoteric world that is being created by this beautiful union. We have the face of a lion with beautiful wings. Now, the lion is said to be Saint Mark, the Lion of Saint Mark, which was a flag that showed control over land and sea, and means overcoming emotional states that are not serving us, and gives rise to willpower and, I guess, the ability for all of us, all humans, to have a choice to choose in a situation. Beautiful. It also stands for, the ego, overruling your purpose, and how in order for us to succeed, we must maintain and remain emotionally stable in all of our environments, so that we are able to be of like a working format, that we can work with whatever it is that comes before us, if we remain in charge of our passions, in charge of our emotional reactions, our behaviors. It's all a matter of continually having to connect and to communicate well with one another. Okay, let's listen to this. A man leaves home to further himself. He meets a beautiful woman, a feminine, and the side which holds the heart and the why and the passion and the reason, and then they manage to merge, so that his more head space is merged with her heart space. His ambition to produce a balanced mental and emotional aspects of himself promotes the way that we are all meant to manifest. That's the key to manifestation in that buzz. Alright, let's move to card number 3 for cups. And this is a beautiful one. We have three wahine and women, and they're raising their cups in celebration, and that's the card. It's a celebratory card. So we're looking at number 3, so we've got 3 months. They can represent the maiden, the mother, and the crone. They can represent anyone at home. They can represent any gender. It's about practicing gratitude, like it's your religion, your culture, your breath. Thank you for the table. Thank you for the roof. Thank you for my whare. Thank you for my my Kai. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Practicing that continually pays off for us, because what we have helps us to imagine what else we might want, and so then we can manifest back into that and create and continue to create, because threes are all about creation. Yep, it's also about your journey, not the destination, and living life in the now, and being grateful for the present. Yeah, it's a gift that we have continually all the time. Let's move to 4. So now we've got 4, so we mean about 4 months. Its ruler is the moon. This is the 4 of cups. And then we've got this dude. He doesn't seem to know what he's up to. He's taking some time out, right? He's sitting underneath a tree. His 3 cups are before him, but he's not paying any attention to them because he's looking down at the ground. And they are on, you know, the viewer's right side. So in that, those 3 of those cups are in the foreground. On the right side, we're looking at understanding, you know. So he's there to shed some light on his next moves, but he doesn't know what he's up to because he's kind of like in this slump. He's going for time out. He thinks that he's done everything that he can and is interested in doing. Now he's going to take some time out and be like a sleeping partner, the silent investor kind of type. He's backed onto the Rako, which is the tree of knowledge, and the pro offered 4th cup coming out him also on, it's on the left side. Yeah, they're on the left side. That also pertains to understanding, except that his cup is coming out a little bit higher. Yeah, and he's not looking at it. So basically he needs to like shake his shadizzle up, because he's like stagnant, redundant, bit moody, but having a bit of a tandy, and that's kind of how he got to his time out buzz. He needs to get up, and he needs to come to a place where there is so much more for him to do that and not take his personal talents and gifts and blessings for granted. He needs to get up, and he needs to work it some more. All right, so from here we move to the 5 of Cups. So we've got 5 months, and 5s are all about change, and this one is like sunken Mars. None of that's going to make any sense really, but I just want to say that because, you know, Mars is pretty warsome, kind of hot, like not really the space that you really want to be in as a human. But he has a black robe on. The robe represents grief and loss. It represents sadness, and as you can see, he's got a beautiful aura around him that is really just focused on his head and his shoulders, and it kind of disappears the longer it goes. And so he's really in his head space. He's really not in his heart space where he needs to be. He's turned away again as well from the beautiful cups that are on our right side. Those cups are waiting for him to be seen. They're waiting to be recognized. They're waiting to be acknowledged. But he can't do that yet because he's stuck, and he's kind of, you know, in that real deep sorrow where the 3 cups that have spilt over, you know, if you look at them, some of them have leaked green, some of them are leaked red. It's okay. It's up to you to decide what that may mean for your querent, whoever you're reading for. Noreda, you know, it's almost time for him to step out of it, and come to peace where he's at. And the only way that he's going to get there is through understanding. So that's why those three goblets, those cups, they're on the left side of Bina. When he does that, he'll be able to cross over that stream of emotion that's before him, using the bridge that's behind him, which would also cause him to turn around and see the two profit cups that he has left. And we know that, you know, he can take those, he can cross the bridge, and he can return home. That's the 5. Let's move on to the 6s. The 6 of Cups. Here we go. It's a fixed sign. We're all in Scorpio for a while. 6 meaning it's a 6 months buzz, and the ruler is the sun. This is all about beautifulness. This one, it's about happy childhood. It's about the 6s are all about looking back and thinking about where you've been. The 6s are about reflection. And this entire thing is all about unconditional love. Love in the past, going back to reflect on that love, and all the happy pictures that brings for us when we think about that. We've got this beautiful character, and he's offering the woman his goblet, his cup with a beautiful white pentacled flower in it. The cup itself is a pro-offer of love, unconditional love, and the flower itself is about transforming one thing into another, as it's a pentagram. So it the 5s go back to Jafira, and Jafira is all about having a good time, or about one's ego and everything that can be quite manic and high. So they're all there. They've all got pentacle flowers in them. But this one is, you know, in terms of the flower, it's an offer of love and a showing of hard work, that it's growing these beautiful flowers. Yeah. Okay, so just reading my notes that I took. So this one is all about reaching unconditional love, loving people for who they are. And this is the kind of feeling, this card. This is the kind of feeling, this is the kind of space, this is the kind of heart space, this is the kind of beautiful, yummy, happy, joyful, loving feeling that is indicative of 5 of the 5th dimension. It's a space where you know no hurt, you know no pain of any type, and you don't have it yourself, and you don't even know how to. It's not even a choice that you would make and put on the shoulders of another. It's just all beautiful. That's the 5 of Cups. Okay, let's go to this. That's the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 6 of Cups. I've been saying the 5 that whole time. Please. It's the 6. Sorry. That's the 6 of Cups. Unconditional love. Yeah. Let's go to the 7th. So the 7th is the dude in silhouette looking at a cloud, and in the cloud there are 7 cups, and each cup has its own contents. Some of them are bright and happy, some of them are not. There's like a lizard thing. There's a ghost, the mystery one. There's riches. There's beauty. There's a snake coming out as well. And so, yeah. All right. So the 7s. This one's a fixed sign. It's also Scorpio. 7 stands for 7 months. And the 7s, this one is particularly The Seven of Cups is about confusion, according to one of my teachers. There's karmic choice, so what you gravitate to. All that glitters, however, isn't the good buzz that you think that it might be, that you want it to be. So it's also about going back in your mind. You know how you go back in your mind and you think about all the cool things you did, some of the things that you did that weren't so cool, and this person is trying to marry up their memories with their achievements and their successes, and then take those things and go into the future and leave the fears and all of the bad stuff behind. It's about learning, and it's, you know, where there is kind of fear attached to stuff, it can be because the person is more inclined to be materialistic. Then the spiritual essence of it is about taking the goodness and using that to create a pathway into the future. Sorry. Yeah. I also have a whakaaro, my own inner thought, where in order for us to make this future, we have to understand who we are and the magnificence of our makeup, of what it means to be human. And in my culture, e te ao Māori, we have our creation story, where one of our atua, one of the gods of the two main gods, Papatuanuku, being the Earth Mother Gaia, and Ranginui being the Sky Father, once were locked in a deep, forever embrace. And in that embrace, they created a family that became very weary of continually being basically rendered down to their chemical makeup, you know. So between them there was water, but and that's okay, because water can take on the shape of the vessel that it is contained in, but other things weren't as well. For example, forest had no light and no space, and so eventually they separated. And because now we live in a world where the earth is beneath us and the sky is above us, we have these atua to thank for that. And in that story, and my whakaaro to this card is that we, as the inheritors of the world that was kindly made by the atua, we are the middleman, Kei Wainganui, in the middle of two great, beautiful, material, I'm going to say beings, the earth and the sky. And as we are the middle, we stand to have the grounding of Papatuanuku, be able to ground into the earth and gather all of the strength that we can from her, and then we're able to use that in a manner where we can resonate at different degrees of frequencies, depending on our mastery of our emotions and our manifestation process and knowing who we are. So this card reminds me of that, because of all of the things that could possibly come to this person should they require it. They have the ability to obtain that by understanding our human potential for manifesting anything between that space. And I wrote some more stuff, but it's a little bit much. So we shall move on. Thank you very much. Let's move on to number 8, card number 8, and in that we have the journey deep within of the character again, back facing and heading out into the wilderness, leaving 8 goblets, 8 cups. In the foreground of the card was 3 5 of them at the bottom and 3 of them on top, balanced perfectly with a space between. And my thinking is that the traveller will go out into their journey and obtain what it is, the cup that is missing, and bring it back once the required learning and mātauranga has been, achieved in the haerenga and the journey that this person is going on. And we've got 2 moons. We've got a full moon and we've got a crescent moon. And that could be a reference to time. We are not. I've got here that the 8 is about movement and moving away from anything that may be toxic into something that is obviously less toxic but more better for us and for the person, for the querent. And may even suggest that the person needs to go within themselves on a haerenga to discover the things that are necessarily needed for them at that time, which I'm sure the surrounding cards in any reading, should this card be pulled out, would be indicative of the haerenga and the journey that the querent is going through. Nō reira. Let's go on to the 9s. Nice and easy. We've got the character now sitting there. It's gone off on his haerenga, achieved the finding of the 9th goblet, the 9th cup, and they are presented in a half circle. And the character sits very happy, and so should he be, because the 9s over the journey that they've been on has achieved divine emotional satisfaction. They're very fulfilled, their happiness and their joy. And there's this other saying, wishes fulfilled, for this card, wishes fulfilled. And then we go on to 10, which is the maximum, the maximum that you could get for, down in this land. It's the highest. The 10s are all the highest. And so here we have completion. And should you or have, received this card, you've gone about on your haerenga and come up and have been rewarded with the emotional satisfaction, joy, achievements, completion of the journey. And there you go, guys. That's the cups, and keep coming back. We've got the swords coming up next week. Kia ora.